over again. That's for darn sure. Anyway, final topic tonight. Just how big is Angela Lee? Well, she's pretty darn big for someone who's supposed to be an atom weight. Atom weight. Okay? These photos are surfaced thanks to Angela and Kana Watanabe on Instagram and whatnot. Here's Angela on the right in this picture and in the middle of this picture. Okay, now Angela is the one championship atom weight champ. And they call it atom weight because it is hydrated atom weight. Which means, in theory, if one championship still allowed massive dehydration before weigh-ins, that she could theoretically be a true atom weight at 105. Bull. She might make 105 if she chops off a leg. Okay, now, if you're not familiar with Kana Watanabe, she is a flyweight fighter, a genuine flyweight fighter who cuts weight to make 125. She fought in Ryzen and now fights in Bellator. I mean, there's very little size difference between the two. If anything, Angela has the broader shoulders. Her legs are just about as thick, has the same broad shoulders, and has an even bigger head. Other than that, Watanabe has the height. And I think this is Leah Bivens. And obviously, Leah Bivens is not looking much like an atom weight either. And here's the kicker. Now, granted, Watanabe is leaning over a little bit, so she doesn't have the same height in this one, but where's the difference between these two in this picture? Now, keep in mind, both of these fighters are out of camp. Or, no, this fight was used to show, or this picture was used by Angela in a post saying, fight camp started. So she hasn't started losing weight yet. And Kana's not in fight camp. I don't believe she has a fight coming up. Let me check Tapology just to be sure. She does not have a fight coming up. She actually just fought in May. So Watanabe isn't cutting weight right now. So it's not like she's look super lean in these pictures. And she's not exactly a small flyweight either. She's 5'6" with a 66-inch reach. Her reach is actually longer, 1 centimeter longer than her height. So she's not exactly small for a flyweight. And we're supposed to believe these two are totally different weight classes when they're like the same size. If anything, Angela is looking, in this picture, Angela's looking the thicker of the two. Now, it could be the angle, but look, same broad shoulders, even bigger head on Angela. Man, that's she's got a massive dome. Massive dome on Angela. And the same broad shoulders. Hip to waist ratio looks about the same. And we're supposed to believe Angela, who looks the same size as Kana Watanabe, outside of camp, and we're supposed to believe Angela makes 115 without dehydrating. And in theory, she could make 105 if she did dehydrate. Because that's the whole theory about one championship's weight classes. The names are different because it is hydrated weight classes. So instead of being 105, the fighters are fight hydrated and fight at 115 at atom weight. Straw weight, instead of cutting weight to 115, they fight at a more natural weight of 125. And flyweight is 135, featherweight 140, or bantamweight 145, so on and so forth, all the way up to heavyweight. Come on. I'm supposed to really believe that Angela could make Atomweight in theory. She is not an Atomweight. Can we stop pretending that she is? She is a strawweight. And she's not even a small strawweight either. If she were in the UFC, she wouldn't be any smaller than the other strawweights in the UFC. She's a big girl for her weight class. Very big. Usually has a size advantage. Oh, yeah, and that's the thing too. Like I've had people try to tell me, I can't remember if it was on Twitter, maybe it was on YouTube comments somewhere in one of my videos or somewhere else. People say, oh, she doesn't have a size advantage in her fights. They make the same weight. Okay, but are we going to pretend that she doesn't get special treatment? Are we going to pretend that Angela doesn't get special treatment? And let's remember, one championship does not do anything through third-party checks and balances the way, like, say, UFC or Bellator or even Ryzen now does. One championship is entirely self-regulated. And I'm not saying they're dirty, but I'm saying if they wanted to be dirty, they can get away with it because there's no third-party checks and balances on the system. Anyway, I made this picture a while back, but I tweeted it out last night over the discussions between these pictures of her and Conor Watanabe. These are several of Angela's weigh-ins or face-off pictures. Okay. Here's her. I think this is the second fight against Mei Yamaguchi. No noticeable size difference. Here's the fight against Jenny Huan. Are you going to tell me these two fighters belong in the same weight class? Here she is against Stamp Fairtex. Pretty noticeable size difference. And then here's the fight against Seong Jin-nan. One of the two fights against Seong Jin-nan. How are they the same size when they're supposed to be a weight class apart? Seong is the champion, is the strawweight champion, and Angela is the atomweight champion. If anything, Angela is probably bigger than Seong. In fact, Seong Jin-nan, the panda, has even said, I was surprised that Angela was bigger than me when we fought the first time. Can we stop pretending that Angela Lee is an atomweight? Can we? So again, actually, let me leave that up there. Also, notice that Angela looks, the big difference between these two. We're supposed to pretend that she's not dehydrating leading up to her fights. But look how full she is here. Granted, she hasn't started, dropping weight yet. You can't drop weight without cutting water weight. Everybody knows that. And every fighter does it leading up to their fight. But there's a big difference between full-faced Angela and weigh-in face-off Angela. She's looking significantly more drained and looking dehydrated in these pictures. Can I prove it? No, but use your eyes, folks. Use your eyes. So I guess the answer to the question, just how big is Angela Lee? Well, at least as big as Bellator flyweight Conor Watanabe.